Hello everyone, I'm here today to film my Invisible Cities for October, and I'm going to do both countries in this video because I just didn't have time to do two separate videos, and also because the countries are Sweden and Guinea and I don't have a lot to say about Guinea, so yeah, I'm just going to combine the things and I hope you don't mind because it has been a little bit of a crazy month, so that's how we're going to work it out. So let's start with Guinea. Now that we are in the topic, as I said, I didn't find a lot of information about Guinea or books about Guinea, but I did some things, so I thought I would talk about them. So the book that I read for Guinea was Lerwa de Cajel by Tierno Monenembo, which is retelling of the life of Sandoval, which was a French explorer that went to Guinea, and his struggles getting a place in Guinea, like a thing that he wanted to do. I personally would have preferred it to be a little bit more about the natives, just because I mean, there are so many similar stories about Europeans going to Africa and making colonies and stuff. But yeah, it was okay. It has won a good big prize, French prize in 2008, so that's why I thought I will pick it up. And Tierno Monenembo also has another book called The Black Terrorist, which is also a fictionalized account of a soldier that was fighting in Guinea, that was fighting in Guinea for the Guinean people, and I think that would have been a bit more interesting. Tierno Monenembo seems to have a lot of fictionalized accounts of real people, but yeah, this one was actually the only one that I would have access to from the library, so that's what I picked because it was the one that I had access to. But I think that the other one, in terms of topic, sounds better to me, so I would be interested to see if I can find that somewhere. And then the other author that I saw flying around and I'm interested in, and some of you have recommended, is Camara Laye, and she wrote The Dark Child and The Radiance of the King, which I think both of them are non-fiction, but apparently they are very good and they give a better idea of Guinea as a country. So I would love to find those and read them. We'll see if I manage to do that. But yeah, that's the other author that came up several times in my research. But to be honest, I didn't find a lot more about Guinea and Guinean authors. I'm sure they have them. Maybe it's just because it's a French-speaking country, it's a bit difficult to find those books in English, and I wouldn't mind. I mean, I read the Lerwa de Cajel in French, so I wouldn't mind if they were in French, but my search terms are not targeted at that, so I guess that's why I'm not getting as much things to talk about Guinea for. But yeah, that's just how it is. And also I cooked, it's called cancille or something like that, cancille, which is a lentil soup with peanut sauce and stuff, and it was really tasty. I think a lot of West African cuisine has peanut soup, peanut sauces in it, and it was a little bit hot, but not too hot. At least how I made it. I don't know if I get the real thing, it will be super hot. But yeah, it was really tasty and it was super easy to make as well. I will leave the recipe, if I remember, down below. So yeah, that's more or less all I have for Guinea. As I said, it's not too much, but yeah, I still enjoyed exploring a little bit more of the culture. And the good thing about the book I read is that it did prompt me to search more information about these people and about the history of Guinea. So I also did Wikipedia a lot of stuff, which I guess is good. And the other country in Invisible Cities for this month was Sweden. Now, I feel like I know a lot more about Sweden. I've been in Sweden. I know Swedish people. Yeah, it's a lot closer as a culture to me than Guinea. So yeah, I felt like this one I didn't have to do massive efforts, because there are a lot of Swedish things in our everyday lives. So it didn't feel like that's much of an exploring exercise. But still, I did make cinnamon rolls, which were very tasty. I've made them before. I know it's in general in Scandinavia instead of just Sweden, but they were still very tasty. I wanted to make also meatballs, but I didn't have time, so that's for another time maybe. And then in terms of the books that I have explored, I was going through my list and I'm not sure. I think maybe I missed some authors, but the only one that I could find that I've read for sure, well, it's Pippi Longstocking was like one of my favorite things ever when I was a child. I think that's in Sweden, right? So yeah, I've read that like a million times. But also I've read a couple of books from I have read also a couple of books from Frederik Backman, and I enjoy them. They are very sweet, and they are a bit like more intelligent than your average sweet, cute book, if you will. I read recently, I think this year, I read Anxious People with my book club, and that one had a interesting twist that I quite enjoyed. And yeah, they are just feel-good books. I think Jonas Jonasson also has similar kind of vibe, kind of sweet but also kind of smart books that make you feel good. So that's another one that you can check out. I haven't read anything from him, but it's one that also comes up over and over again. And then of course there is all of the thrillers of Scandinavia, including Sweden. There are a lot of thrillers and stuff in that genre. I think The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is it's also from Sweden, so yeah. They are quite famous books. I'm not a big thriller reader, so I haven't read any of them, and I don't have specific recommendations, but they are there if you like thrillers. The one that I personally read was The Dog by Kerstin Ekman, and as far as I understand, Kerstin Ekman is it's quite a classic writer in Sweden, and The Dog was very meditative about the forests. It's told from the perspective of a dog that is left in the forest, and he has to fend for himself and learn how to do everything, and eventually he meets a human and they strike a friendship. So that's basically what the book is about, and it does have a very big sense of nature and a very strong sense of just like the landscape. It's not about people, it's about the nature. And I have seen several books that do that from Sweden as well. It seems to be a big theme there. I understand why. I mean, Sweden is a very wild country in European terms. They have a lot of forest and a lot of land where nobody lives, especially in the north. So it makes sense that there is a lot of books about the people there, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. If you want any more recommendations for Swedish authors and Swedish books, I will highly recommend you check the Curious Reader channel. Natalie, she's amazing, she's from Sweden, so she knows a lot more about this, and she has made several videos about Swedish authors and Swedish books. So if you want any more of that, I will also put a link to her channel down below, and she's also a host for Invisible Cities, so she made some videos especially for Invisible Cities for Sweden. So yeah, if you want any more recommendations, that's where I would recommend you to go. I will also go there myself and maybe pick up some more Swedish books. But yeah, I enjoy both of the countries. I think I didn't have the time to explore them the way I wanted, because life is getting crazy and that's just how things go. But yeah, I enjoy both, and I'm looking forward to the countries in November. And yeah, let me know if you have read anything from Invisible Cities, if you have any recommendations from any of these two countries. And until next video, bye!